Hello, and welcome to my series Salesforce for Beginners, your very first bit towards becoming a Salesforce administrator or a Salesforce developer. In this series, we have two sections. The first section is Salesforce CRM Administration. Here, we'll learn about the administrative tasks like creating users, assigning them profiles and roles, creating validations, objects, tabs, and more. The other section is Salesforce CRM Development. Now this section includes programming with Apex, which is pretty similar to Java, so in case you've worked with it, it's going to help. Visual Force pages, test classes, creating classes, other object-oriented programming concepts, all of these fall under this section. Now, these sessions are going to be brief with simple explanations, so you can dive right into practice. But if you want to study in detail, I'll provide you with reference materials and links in the description so you can study in detail after getting started. So in this video, we are going to talk about what is CRM. I'll give you an introduction to Salesforce, how Salesforce CRM is different from legacy CRM, various services provided by Salesforce, Salesforce Architecture, various organizations in Salesforce, and in the end, we are going to create a Salesforce account which we'll need for all of our lessons. Now let's talk about what is CRM. For an organization, it is very important to maintain a good relationship with their customers. This is where CRM comes to play. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It is basically a software that stores customer contact information like names, addresses, their phone numbers, and keeps track of their customer activity like on the websites, through phone calls, through emails, basically maintains a good relationship with the customer. It helps you manage your contacts, your leads, your opportunities. It also helps with tracking your deals and planning products, manufacturing, and also their shipping. So what is Salesforce CRM? Is it just a software or does it offer more? Salesforce is the world's #1 CRM platform. When I say platform, it means that Salesforce is not just a software with multiple applications, but also it is a platform where you can develop your own applications. It has inbuilt applications for sales, marketing, accounts, leads, opportunities, services, and more, which an organization can use for its functioning. But at the same time, if it wants to make customized applications, it can do that on Salesforce platform. The cloud-based applications for sales, services, marketing, and more don't require any IT experts to set it up or manage. As it is entirely based on cloud, it does not involve any download or setting up hardware. It is directly available on the web. All you need to do is sign into your Salesforce account and tap into its immense potential. Now, how is Salesforce CRM different from legacy CRM? Previously, in legacy platforms, when an organization had an idea about an application, they would have to go through n number of steps before they can actually implement the application, like buying hardware and setting it up, which is extremely expensive, installing software, defining user access, setting up reporting and analytic tools, building a strong security around it, and then actually deploying the application, which used to take about 6 to 12 months. Now, using Salesforce platform, you can do this in days or within weeks. When an organization has an idea, they directly log into Salesforce, use Salesforce standard applications, and then set up their software, or they can make the customer applications and set it up. Alright, so let's talk about the various services provided by Salesforce. The first one is software as a service. Salesforce provides you with the software that you'll require for all of your CRM needs. It requires no installation setup whatsoever. It's available across the web, and it has multiple inbuilt applications which you can readily use for all of your CRM needs. Apart from software, Salesforce also provides you with platform as a service, which is the next type. Here, Salesforce allows you to create various applications according to your requirements, customize them, make them, share them on the Salesforce platform. The third type is infrastructure as a service. Here, Salesforce provides you with all the storage you require for all your data on Salesforce Cloud. Now let's talk about Salesforce Architectures. The first type is Multi-Tenant Architecture. If you think about it, almost every company requires a CRM software, and all the tasks they perform on them is pretty much the same. Maintaining contacts, maintaining their opportunities, having a good communication system with the customers, and so on. So don't you think it is logical to make the software just once and share it between multiple clients? This is just that. In a multi-tenant architecture, Salesforce creates the application only once, and the same application is shared by all the different types of clients. Now, this may arise the question that if a client shares the application with another client, is their data safe? Well, we'll talk about that in a little while. But first, the multi-tenant architecture makes it very economical to run the whole system. Also, only a single instance of the software needs to be created for all tenants. And making updates for the software becomes easier as making changes in one copy makes changes in all the copies. Now let's talk about the other architecture in Salesforce, which is Metadata Architecture. What is metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about data. Salesforce stores metadata in its shared database along with the data so that it has information as to what does the data mean and who does it belong to. Here, as we can see, there's tenant-specific metadata. Now, this metadata specifically makes sure that a tenant can access his and his data alone, and the same data is not to be shared between two different tenants. Now, this answers our previous query that if Salesforce keeps our data safe. Now, let's talk how Salesforce offers its services to everyone. Well, let's take Salesforce as a multi-layered system. You as users are on the topmost layer. Right below is what you can access, that is the various clouds offered by Salesforce. We have Sales Cloud, we have Service Cloud, which is created by Salesforce for your sales and services. We have the Marketing Cloud, which is actually created by a company called ExactTarget. Then we have the App Exchange, where you can exchange your applications that you've created or purchase applications that others have created. And there are multiple clouds apart from this. Then underneath that lies the Salesforce One app. Now this is the app that allows you to access Salesforce through mobile. Below that, we have the Salesforce Platform API, which allows you to access the Salesforce platform as a whole. In Salesforce Platform, we have various platforms like Force.com, Heroku, ExactTarget Fuel. Force.com is where you can develop your Salesforce app. Heroku is where you can develop your applications using various different programming languages apart from Apex and more. So these are the services offered by Salesforce. Now the various organizations in Salesforce. The first organization is production. Now this is the real-time organization where the actual work happens. It has the real data and it is in deployed state. Now you cannot make changes in production because there are lots and lots of data in real time which contributes towards major revenue for a company. So to make changes by developers, we use another organization called Sandbox, which is an exact copy of production, but it has sample data instead of original data. You can access production using the URL login.salesforce.com or developer.salesforce.com, but you can access Sandbox through test.salesforce.com. Now, when a developer creates a new application or makes changes to a previous application, it needs to be deployed back to production for actual use. In between Sandbox and production, there is UAT, which means user acceptance test. It is also called as pre-production. Now that we've learned quite a bit about Salesforce, it's time for us to create a Salesforce account. The services offered by Salesforce is not free, but it does provide you with a developer edition copy for free. This is the account that we'll use for all of our lessons. But before we create the account, let's have a quick glance at Salesforce pricing. As you can see, there are various versions of the services provided by Salesforce. For example, the Lightning Essentials out-of-the-box CRM for up to 5 users, which means that there is an upper limit of 5 users for the organization, and each user will be charged about 25 USD per month. Then we have the next version, the Lightning Professional, which is a complete CRM for any sized team, and each user is charged about $75 per month, and so on. Just give a glance, and then let's move on to creating a Salesforce account. To create a new Salesforce account, you'll require an email ID, and then you'll have to log into developer.salesforce.com and then sign up. So open your browser, I prefer Chrome, log into your email ID. Here I have my email ID logged in and ready to go. On the other tab, open developer.salesforce.com. As you can see, this is the home page of the website. Click on Sign Up. Fill in all the details asked, like name, your email ID. In the role, select Developer. You have different roles like Architect, Administrator, IT Manager, Business Manager, but we need to select Developer. In the company's name, you can give your company's name, or you can just write a random company's name. This is going to be the name of the organization in the roles. I'm going to write BeginIT. Select the country. Enter your postal code. Enter the username, the same as the email ID, because that makes it pretty convenient to log in. Make sure you've provided all the details right, and then click on Sign Me Up. It's going to redirect to a page which says Almost There. You now need to check your email ID for an email to confirm your account. Now this might take several minutes, but be patient and keep refreshing your email ID. So here in my email, I have received the mail to confirm my account. You need to click on Verify Account. It's going to redirect to you another tab. Here you need to enter a password for your account. Now the password needs to have 8 characters at least, a letter and a number. So I'm going to enter a password right there. I'm going to confirm my password. I'm going to pick a security question. Well, let's just say, what's your pet's name? You need to write the answer here and then click on Change Password. The field type is going to be text. I've changed it to password because the security question is supposed to be a confidential topic. So do not share the answer with anyone because it can be used to log into your account. Now click on Change Password. So here you're logged in to your Salesforce account. This page right here is what is called the Lightning experience. For all the lessons that we are going to learn, we're going to use a different page or a different version of Salesforce called the Salesforce Classic. So to enter that, click on this user icon, click on Switch to Salesforce Classic in the options. Now this is your classic Salesforce application page. In this page, I'm going to give you a quick tour about the contents of this page, but we're going to get into it in detail in the later lessons. But for today, let me tell you how the basics of this site goes. This in the top corner is the drop down which has all the applications offered by Salesforce. Sales, services, marketing, the app launcher community, all of these are applications, or to say it right, these are the standard applications provided by Salesforce. You can create custom applications, and once you create them, they will also show in this drop down list. Now let's click on the sales application. This right here is the homepage of your sales application. In the sales application, there is this bar, which is basically the tabs. You have multiple tabs like leads, accounts, contacts. Each of these tabs are here to redirect you to its associated object. When you click on accounts, it takes you to the accounts homepage. Here you can see all the records in your accounts homepage. Also, when you click on new, it takes you to the object page where you can create and store a record. Let's say the account is Facebook. The red pipe that you see means that the field needs to be filled for the record to store. Any other fields without red pipes is optional. Click on save, and there you have it, your record for Facebook. You have multiple tabs for taking care of different aspects of your organization. You can create dashboards and reports and do a lot of things in Salesforce. So that is it for my introduction video on Salesforce. If you liked the video, press on that like button, comment and share the video, and subscribe to my channel BeginIT for more. I'm Devjit Chaudhary, and I'll see you next time.